The first ever meeting between sweets and biscuit makers Arenel and Highlanders came and went without goals as Arenel frustrated their fancied neighbours to just a point on a weekend where the two matches played in Bulawayo, both at Barbourfields, ended goalless. Arenel coach Farai Tawachera said they should have wrapped up the match in the opening 45.
The stage was simple. Let them play, we play. But when we get the ball, let's hit them where it made us most. We could have buried them first half.
Yet it had looked promising for Boso as early as the 4th minute when Prince Ndlovu flashed his free kick marginally wide of Aaron Ngwenya's left-hand post. 9 minutes later, Ndlovu was at the other end chasing Polite Mwenda, who shrugged off Ndlovu's challenge only for his cutback to be well read by Raphael PTC in goals for Highlanders. On an afternoon that seemed so promising for Prince Ndlovu, the young Boso forward would juggle his way into the box before coming down on a challenge resulting in a loose ball that Divine Mindirira steered wide of the right-hand post. Boso almost fell a goal behind after Ashford Faira toyed around with the ball in their box and losing possession, Crispin Machisi pounced with a shot to the far post that drew an excellent save from Raphael PTC. The league newcomers clearly had a plan for their seasoned opponents, and in execution such was their exuberance, they just could not wait to put idea into action, hence loss of patience compelling them into hurried decisions that sent fair opportunities begging. On the 33rd minute, Highlanders had appeals for a penalty after Linot Chikua's shot struck Polite Mwenda's lower arm, but with both hands behind his back and referee Owen Manenda right next to the action, he entertained no protest and the appeals died away. Yet 7 minutes later, Highlanders were just a few centimeters away from earning a legitimate penalty after Prince Ndlovu waltzed his way past a couple of defenders before Crispin Machisi chopped him down right on the edge of the box. Andrew Mbeba struck low from the resultant free kick, but Aaron Ngwenya was on hand to collect on the line. 0-0 at half-time in a first half from which most expected goals galore. Arenel locked. If anything, they could have been the ones a goal up. In the second half, the league newcomers remained resolute in defense, waiting for the ideal moment to steal a break at the opponent's goal, and time was moving. The longer it remained scoreless, it was to their benefit. Their think tank was just on the brink of a plan come together, and when the Boso bench drew Divine Mindirira and Prince Ndlovu off, they knew a very big part of the strategy had been successful. If there's one quality in Arenel, it is their defensive lines and their discipline to the rules. Before an intimidating Boso crowd, facing sustained raids from a Highlanders desperate to grind a goal that would make all the difference, Arenel would not budge, and they became even more frustrating with their keeper Aaron Ngwenya frequently slowing the game down and sometimes adding comical gestures. You could tell all was part of a game plan. As the game wore on, Arenel opened up and expressed themselves going forward, passing the ball with confidence as they penetrated the Boso midfield. It would take the alertness of keeper Raphael PTC to avert danger after Kudzaishe Zimbwa lobbed over to Chilungwe Muguli, whose header could not beat PTC after the Highlanders keeper had come off his line to neutralize the Arenel attack. With 16 minutes left on the clock, when Brighton Ncube won possession in the box, he had 4 blue shirts to his attention and he must have felt the pressure, eventually rushing his shot wide off the left-hand post. Boso find of the season, Mvelo Koza almost found the all-important goal after lacking on the edge of the box to pounce onto a clearance from Mbeba free kick, but his snapshot ascended over the bar. The clock ticking to full time, it appeared anything goalwards would do for Boso, but that only helped in giving Ngwenya more opportunities for moments to perform his antics, and slowly the feeling that this would end in a stalemate began to appear real. In fact, it could have all ended worse for Highlanders after PTC came off his liner to parry a Timothy January free kick, the ball falling onto the path of Kudzaishe Zimbwa, who struck from the box edge, his shot cleared off the line by Andrew Mbeba. The confectionery makers must have tested the sweetness of the offensive game, and they almost stole a late winner after substitute Ricardo Spanda cut inside Gillian Nyati, but surging towards goal, he lost all composure and sent his shot to the perimeter fence. It was now end-to-end action, and Captain Peter Mudua then decided to lead from the back, unpacking a fierce shot from the edge of the penalty area that Arthur Ndlovu suicidally headed away from danger. 0-0 it ended then, Boso coach Kelvin Kaindu admitting that it felt more of 2 points lost than 1 gained. KK seemed to suggest just how difficult Highlanders were to beat if the celebrations of teams after drawing against them are a measure.
What we have noticed also is almost every team that is drawing with us is celebrating, and I think most teams will probably play for a draw and will be happy for that.
Indeed, it was confirmed by his counterpart Farai Tawachera, who considered the dangers of playing an open game against Highlanders.
We wanted to frustrate them so that we around last 20 minutes, we wanted to open it up. You saw from our substitutions, because you need to be a bit conservative when you're playing Highlanders. If you become reckless, they'll kill you.
So the log leaders still searching for their first derby winner this season, though the point they earned enough to keep them top of the standings. Arenel retain their status as draw experts, but should they sharpen their strike force, quite a number of their stalemates could be converted into wins. For the Premier Soccer League at Barbourfields Stadium in Bulawayo, I'm Thandazani Zimbwa.